What is up, guys? It's your boy, Crimson Red.
So today we're going to be talking about how to probably be the best in Call of Duty Modern Campfire. I know everybody keeps making that joke, but I mean, yo, I've seen so many videos on Twitter where people can't even cross the street without getting shot at. So honestly, this is just insane. So I'm trying to honestly help you guys. I know on my notes I have search and destroy and cyber attack as the best things to have, but honestly this just helps with everything. So on the top of my list I just have 725. That shotgun is so broken. I don't know if you guys remember Infinite Warfare. I know a lot of us don't, try and remember it. But there was a sniper shotgun that was in the game. It was like a weird hybrid. Well, imagine that, but it's just a shotgun. This thing shoots so far across the map. It's just absolutely insane, how far it does shoot. And then you have 2 bullets for it. So if the first one doesn't kill him, the second one got him. No worries. Before they nerf it though, I would definitely use it. I know so many people are. And for search and destroy and cyber attack, I use overkill, and I use one of these 3 guns, the M4, the MP7, or the Scar, just with it, because you're covering all ranges right there. And with the shotgun for most maps, especially if you're playing on Hackney Yard and stuff like that, that shotgun literally can kill at any range on that map. It's just crazy. I know a lot of people are telling me, yo, do a setup guide for the M4, do a setup guide for a bunch of different guns. I'm gonna be straight with you guys. I don't know if I can just do what's the best gun class setup in the game, for example for the M4, what's the best class setup for the M4. I can't really do that. There's so many attachments in the game that it just plays for every single play style. There's nothing where it's just oh yeah, use these are the best. There's so many attachments for every different play style. There's an attachment where it turns the M4 into an SMG, so it's more run and gun. There's different attachments to make it slower ADS but more accurate for campers and stuff like that. So maybe I should do one where it's a different type of play style type of setup guide. Let me know in the comments below what you guys want, because personally I just don't know. I kind of want to avoid it just because I don't know what the best class setup is for every gun. But M4 though, probably the best regular gun, non-shotgun, best assault rifle in the game as of right now. The MP7, definitely the best SMG. I love it so much. The only other one that can probably compete with it is the P90 because of ammo size and stuff like that. But the MP7 is what every SMG should be like. You got the PV Bison and stuff like that. I can't even get a kill with that gun. That gun is so underwhelming. You pretty much have to be behind someone, and then I could just imagine them turning on someone because the PV Bison is just so bad. So honestly, once I unlock the MP7, I'm like, holy shit, this is what an actual SMG should feel like. So then the final gun that I'm going to be talking about is the Scar. The Scar is so good. You could be at one end of the football field and another end could be your enemy, and you'll still kill them for 3 bullets. I mean, even in this gameplay, I got 20 kills in cyber attack with just the Scar. No attachments either, by the way. I just unlocked this gun and I was like, okay, I'm gonna just try it out. Maybe everybody's hyping up the Scar, but maybe it's not that good. And I dropped 20 kills with it. So honestly, the Scar, absolutely amazing. The only problem is that the recoil and the ADS is pretty high, and the ADS is very slow. But put some attachments on it that are really good for that, and boom, you have such a powerful gun. It's just insane. Now, I actually recently just found out that if you guys go back on my old video with the FR55 or the FAMAS, that's what I know it by. There was a glitch, or if you had exploits or modded controllers, you could actually have a full auto FAMAS. If you had a modded controller, or on PC, I forget what it was called. I think it was called a macro. You could actually make your FAMAS fully automatic. Well, I just got a comment today saying that they never fixed it, even though that in the beta there was a developer on Reddit after the beta ended and everything, he's like, hey guys, no worries, we're gonna fix it. And I was just like, oh cool, you know, they're gonna fix it once the game comes out. We don't even have to worry about it. And then I just this morning I wake up, you know, beautiful morning, I wake up and I see that and I'm just like, wait a minute. Now personally for me, I haven't seen it on console and I haven't played on PC, so I don't know what that's like. Maybe they kind of nerfed it, you know, so that you kind of have to have more. I don't know how. Again, it was just a comment. Maybe the comment could be lying, but who knows. But honestly, so yeah, I mean, if you have a modded controller or whatever, hey, FFAR, the FAMAS, there's your go-to gun. I'm kidding, don't do that, don't get banned. So if we're talking about perk 1 stuff, scavenger, absolutely necessary. Unless you have fully loaded as a perk on one of your guns, or you're going to be carrying around an ammo crate, I don't think, you know, scavenger's just going to be the best. Now if we're talking about search and destroy and cyber attack, EOD, there are so many people that run claymores in this game, so pretty much if you can go whoop right over one with EOD or even hack someone's, I personally, I think that's the best. I definitely hate dying to claymores. I think my controller explodes like a claymore does whenever I die to one, but you know, personally, run EOD, or if you want to be cheeky, like, you know, I have been while playing Search Destroy, run an M4, run the 725, and yeah, piss off a lot of people. Now for second, the perk 2 category, the one I see everybody use and that I recommend is Ghost. And you might be saying, okay, you know, Ghost is good, but you still have to move around, right? Right, Crimson? You still gotta move? Fuck no. No, this is Infinity Ward. This isn't Treyarch. The Ghost in this game, you can sit in a corner. You don't have to move at all. You could be AFK, enemy UAV inbound, you won't show up on the map. I don't know how they got that wrong. I think Treyarch having it where you have to move around and stuff like that was absolutely fantastic. And then, you know, now you could pretty much camp in the corner. Guess what? You got Ghost. You're not going to die. The only other thing that can pretty much, you know, rival Ghost in the tier 2 is High Alert. Pretty much that all that does is it highlights your screen in yellow, like if you're getting, you know, flashlight in the face. But the thing is it's not as good as Black Ops 3 where it kind of directs where it is, like if it's left, if it's right, so you don't know where they're at. And with the time to kill on this game, you're pretty much gonna die before you figure out where that guy is. And if you figure out where that guy is while he's shooting at you, unless he has like potato aim, I think you're gonna die. Again, it's just this game has such high time to kill that if you actually do find where they are and they're pretty much shooting at you already, you're gonna die anyway. So honestly, perk 2, just run Ghost. Always run Ghost. Be that guy. Now for perk 3, there isn't really a lot that is useful. I have amped on 24/7. That's the one that I just use. It helps you switch weapons faster. So I mean, again, if you're using an overkill class, you know, M4 and then the shotgun, that's really good. Besides that, I don't know. Like the only other one that I have on here is Tracker, which can see enemy footsteps for like I think the past 5 seconds. So I mean, hey, if they're running around, you can just chase them, which is good definitely on Search and Destroy and Cyber Attack because, you know, people do move when it comes to stuff like that. Besides that, I don't know. There's not a lot of strong perks in perk 3. I think there's one where it like what does it do? It like has a longing effect of explosives. I forget what it's called. It's in tier 3 if you guys want to check it out. But besides that, I just used amped. That's probably the best tier 3. Tier 3 was kind of weak in this game, so I just run amped. Now, if we're talking about lethals, of course, we're gonna have Claymore and we're gonna have the bouncing booty. What other ones do you need? Claymores. They protect you if you're camping. They protect areas. They protect objectives. If you're a rusher and you want to spawn trap, they'll protect, you know, any corners you need. Same thing with the bouncing betties. I mean, honestly, I forget what map I was playing on, but there's 3 cars around me. I threw a bouncing betty. It killed someone, but then the 3 cars exploded with me. The bouncing betty has so much explosive range. Now I know why we call it bouncing booty, because it's so thick that it has the range of hitting 3 cars. It's insane. Now, if we're talking about kill streaks, this is my search and destroy and cyber attack one. We have personal UAV, and predator missile. UAV might not be the best because, like I said, everyone runs ghosts, so like, what's the point? Predator missile is great. Somebody's camping by the bomb, or you know, just camping in general, just take him out. If we're talking about normal kill streaks like ground war, which by the way, I love ground war, I use UAV, I use the VTOL, which is the Harrier, and then I use white phosphorus, which is pretty much like an infinite Nova gas where everyone's just coughing, their screen's blurred and stuff like that. But honestly, I don't run anything too big like the AC-130 Juggernaut. I might at one point, like if I'm trying to have fun, but that's pretty much all my kill streaks. But honestly, the best thing that you guys could use, because like this whole video is just advice, like what's the best guns, what should I use perk wise. Learn the maps. And you might be like, well, of course I'm gonna learn the maps. Every time that I play, I learn the maps. And then I'm gonna be like, learn the maps. And I mean that by like, let's look at Black Ops 2 Nuketown, for example. There's a left, there's a right, there's a, you know, semi-middle, and then there's the houses, okay? And then the houses, they have a window and they have a door. But let's talk about Azir Cave. There's a cave. There's so many flank routes within that cave. There's in the middle, there's a top middle, there's a bottom, there's a left, there's a house over there with 3 windows, there's a house to the other side with 3 windows. There's so many windows, and you want to learn each and every single window like you're taking an exam. It's like, okay, I could get, if I'm on the right side, which window can I get shot at? Okay, you know, really consider everything, because honestly, you want to learn the maps. You don't want to die because you didn't look at the 5th out of 8 window. Honestly, that's probably the hardest thing too, because I'm going to be playing GBs when it comes to search and destroy and cyber attack. And when it comes to those game modes, those are probably the hardest for map awareness, just because you have to check every single corner and every single piece of the map, no matter where you're going, because you can never know where anybody is. But yeah, honestly, that's pretty much it. When it comes to running specialist or whatever it's called in this game, Dead Silence is what I run a lot for search and destroy cyber attack. I wish Dead Silence was a perk. A lot of people do. I mean, your footsteps sound like you're walking on bubble wrap. But honestly, Dead Silence is great. I do like every time you get a kill, it does refresh, it does regen. But if they could turn that into a perk, or have it where it's like permanent, I see. I don't know how they would do it, but anyways, guys, if you enjoyed the gameplay, like I said, leave a like. I'm gonna be doing a lot more Call of Duty, so don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell. But I'll see you in the next video. Peace.